Some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Welcome back to Thinking Critical. This is Wes. I get the feeling, I wonder if other people get this feeling as well. I think DC Comics are intentionally going out of their way to make me hate Batman and everything associated with the character. Now, normally on Monday and Tuesday, I get ready for my not Tuesday. I get ready on Monday for my This Week in Batman, so I can get ready for all the 4 or 5 comics that I have to read immediately upon release, so I can record that program with Josh first thing in the morning. So I'm going through and looking at all the Batman comic books this week, and I realized how much I was going to have to spend to read it, and how am I supposed to to decide what to cover and what not to cover. This is absolutely ridiculous. They're actually releasing 8 Batman books this week, and almost all of them are overpriced because 5 of them are annuals, and we also have a special anniversary giant for a total between these 8 comics of $48.92. On average, over $6 a damn comic book if you want to be a Batman fan. Just in 1 week, if this was the entire month's worth of Batman, it would be enough. That would be enough money, and this would be enough Batman content. This is what we're getting in 1 week, and it's the 5th week of the month, so we got all the regular issues for the most part of Batman before this. This is absolutely ridiculous. They're releasing Batman Fear State Omega. Why is this story still going? It already ended in the last issue of Batman, but we got the Omega issue for $4.99. We've got the final issue of Batman the Detective number 6 for $3.99. Why did this particular comic book need to be released this week? 2 weeks ago, DC produced pretty much nothing but shit. There was nothing I could really recommend for the entire week. They couldn't put a pretty strong Batman title with a great artist out that week when it was pretty dead. They have to put it in the exact same week as 7 other Batman books. We've got Gotham City Villains Anniversary Giant for $9.99. Batman Annual for $5.99. That's a bait and switch. I'll get to that. Detective Comics Annual, $5.99. Nightwing Annual, $5.99. Robin Annual, $5.99. The Joker Annual, $5.99. $50 if you just want to support your Batman habit this month. That's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I literally think they're going out of their way to make you hate the character. And why are we getting Batman Fear State Omega? There's no way that the DC Comics editorial team, and the group editor, Ben Abernathy, didn't know that they had a stinker on their hands by the time they got to the end of this damn thing. The book's over. I don't need to see James Tynion send Batman out of Gotham. Just put it in the next issue. Like, why does this thing need to be? Why is there an Omega issue to this thing anyway? It's clearly over, but apparently it's actually a transition issue. It says in the solicitation, as Gotham's fear state comes to a close, a new day dawns on the city, one without Batman. But the Dark Knight's absence does not mean the city is without heroes. Join James Tynion and Riccardo Federici as they bring Fear State to its conclusion. It's already over. Batman didn't win. Poison Ivy did. And Mighty Molly. As far as Batman the Detective number 6, like I said, why is this being released this week? There's 7 other Batman comics. Are they trying to squeeze it out? Like, there's not enough room for this stuff. And think about all the other characters we're getting in Action Comics. There's actually a good Superman story going on right now that's within continuity. I say Superman 78 is better, but Action Comics is pretty good. We're going to War World. It's supposed to be the biggest Superman epic in the world. So it's going to be overshadowed by 8 titles starring Batman or heavily well-known Batman-associated characters. How's Action Comics ever going to breathe? How is this ever going to reach epic status? Apparently, they have confidence in the title. They've actually put out some press on Philip K. Johnson's title. It's never going to be able to hit. With the way that they're going, no character will ever be able to get over in DC Comics unless they are Batman or associated heavily with them. It's absolutely it's obnoxious. Gotham City Villains Anniversary Giant. Another $10 cash grab. As far as I'm concerned, Gotham City is the best supporting character in all of comic books, and I think Batman has the best rogues gallery. I'm not going to deny that. Then you look at the talent on here. The only thing really worth reading, I guess, is the Danny DeVito story, if you think that's interesting. I like Danny DeVito. I think he's funny. But then, like, the other top billed writers are like Stephanie Phillips and G. Willow Wilson. $10. Are you kidding me? They couldn't find another place to put this rather than an annual week where we have all these annuals. Batman annual, which is apparently a bait and switch. It's just a Ghostmaker story. I guess it's the conclusion to all those backup stories you got in Batman 107 through 111. I don't know about you. I wasn't reading the backup stories. I haven't read the backup stories in any of these. They've been so frustrating, and for the most part, in very low quality. It's not called Ghostmaker Annual for a reason, because they know nobody's going to go out and spend $6 on that, so they'll throw Batman Annual and tell you the Ghostmaker story. But I guess in the bottom left, in some small print, it lets you know it's the Ghostmaker saga. I know a lot of people like James Tynan's Batman, I guess. Go away. Your Batman run is over. Why are there still 2 more comic books, Batman comics really that James Tynan wrote being released? Why are we still reading about Fear State weeks after that abomination ended? That thing was an absolute clusterfuck. It's unreadable. Yet we're still getting all these stupid remnants of the damn thing. And now we get the Ghostmaker backup story. And then Detective Comics Annual, while we're still getting the fallout from fucking Fear State, is the prelude to January's big event, Shadows of the Bat. Mayor Nakado has signed off on the construction of a new Arkham Tower that has the heart of Gotham, and the Bat family is torn. Batman has long seen Arkham as a necessary, if flawed, cog in the gears of Gotham City, a temporary solution to larger problems that in many ways mirrors his approach as Batman. Yes, Arkham Asylum can't hold anybody. If anything, it's probably the biggest problem in fucking Gotham. They should be shipping all these criminals out. Nightwing, however, who grew up watching Arkham mutate to a villain factory, believes a different approach is needed, but Bruce and Dick will need to see eye to eye on more than just Arkham Tower. As a new villain known as the Mager Man wreaks havoc in the streets and becomes the embodiment of Gotham's broken system. We haven't had enough new characters, I guess, introduced within Batman comics lately. We're getting the Mager Man, the embodiment of Gotham's broken system. So I guess he sees somebody doing a crime and then he stops them and then he lets them go away so they can go and hurt more people. Is that the embodiment of the broken system? Hey, if Dick Grayson wants to burn Arkham Tower to the ground, I say go for it. But this is also weird because Batman and Batman Annual is leaving Gotham City forever, right? Forever. Obviously, it's not going to hold. He's going to return to Gotham. But then in Detective Comics Annual, Shadows of the Bat, I've seen all the covers. I see Batman on every single one of them. Is he out of fucking Gotham or is he in fucking Gotham? Why are we doing back-to-back Batman events? Can we not breathe? It's obvious that they know that Fear State was unimportant, that they're willing to go back to the well so fast. It's absolutely ridiculous. And Detective Comics is going to be weekly. Yeah, you're not producing enough Batman comics. We need to go to a weekly schedule. We're not burning enough Batman fans out with this stuff. Now, there are a couple of comics that I'm interested in. One specifically would be the Nightwing Annual, the Dick Grayson, Jason Todd team-up book. 2 of my favorite characters. As far as the Batman family, it's probably, I don't know, it's definitely Dick Grayson first. Maybe it's Bruce Wayne, maybe it's Jason Todd. One of those are 2 and 3, and then I really like Damian. What a wasted character Damian is. Such a cool character. He should be in this too. I say have all 3 of the brothers together. So I'm looking forward to this one. I'm going to be happy to read this comic book. Even though it's Tom Taylor, so I guess it could suck. I have a feeling on this one that he's going to deliver the goods, but this Nightwing annual Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, team up book feels like it should be a big deal. We don't get to see these two interact very often. We certainly don't see them fighting on the same side all that often. We're going to get to see them, just the 2 of them. That sounds pretty cool. Completely overshadowed by a Batman annual, a Detective Comics annual that's leading up to another event. This anniversary special, the final of Batman the Detective, Fear State Omega, like Jesus. And then the Joker annual, I guess, is, tell me if you've never heard this story before. We're going back to like Batman year 1, and we're going to tell how the Joker wreaked havoc on Gordon's life when he first got to Gotham PD. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think that's been explored enough. It's about damn time we went into this earlier period in Commissioner Gordon's life when Batman was first starting out and finally explored what was happening then and how did we get to where we are. This has not been, we have not looked into this enough. Good thing James Tynan's writing it. Perhaps he will finish a third of the story before this annual's over and never finish it. $50 is too much. I don't care if every single one of these are fantastic. $50 in 1 week to buy the Batman books is beyond ridiculous. What are they thinking? Are DC Comics just trying to burn everybody out? Or do they have no faith in any other characters? Do they really believe they can only sell Batman comics at this point? Is that how far they've fallen? I know they've fallen. Flash used to sell like 40,000 an issue. It ain't nowhere near that. Green Lantern was selling like 35,000 an issue. It ain't nowhere near that. They've basically killed off their entire midsection, like their mid-tier characters that were like really strong and just held right there. They wiped them all out following DC Rebirth, and they've replaced them with fucking more Batman books. It's mind-boggling. How the hell did we get here? Am I supposed to hate Batman? I think that's what DC Comics wants me to do, because I don't even know which ones I'm going to cover tomorrow. I could tell you I'm not covering Fear State Omega. What else am I going to throw out? We're not doing the Gotham City villains. I ain't got time for that. I got to cut another 1 or 2 at least. Whatever. Josh and I will cover what we cover, but reading Batman books shouldn't feel like work. Reading comic books, even if it is your work, it should be fun, right? You should be looking forward to this stuff. When I see a list like this, it's no looking forward to it. Reading 8 books back to fucking back, essentially about the same character. Get the fuck out of here. Like, that's too much. Whatever, man. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I would appreciate it very much. It helps us attract more views for the channel. Subscribe for future commentary, comic book news, and reviews. And don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. If you want to talk comics, movies, and much, much more, you can follow me on Twitter at Wes_from_TC. With that, Salamat Po, and I'm out.